Okay, so some of the items we're going to be using from Pear Tree Treasure Store is this 49 and Market album, which we will be putting together. So I think it's a pretty neat little album. I would think that it's supposed to go like this, and then you can, you know, I really don't know. I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm just going to try to work with it and see how that goes. We will also be using these really super cute outline clips from Fun Stampers Journey. I just love these. Sorry about the glare. Those are super cute, and I love how they're gold. And then we also have these Prima flowers. And I'm trying to see if there's a name on it. I think it just says Flowers to Prima. Okay, and then also I'm using some of this cardstock. It says My Colors cardstock. So we have this one right here. I don't know if there's a name on here. Pomegranate. I also have Carnival Red, as well as Scarlet. So those are some pretty reds. Love that. And also I'm going to be using this Authentique paper pad called Quest. This is an older collection, but I really love it. This is from 2019, and it's got a lot of really cool stuff in here. One of my favorite things in here is, let me see if I can find it, the Louis Vuitton tag. I'm in love with that. Hello. Who doesn't love Louis, right? Here it is. This Louis Vuitton tag right here. I love it, love it, love it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started on putting it together, and I'll be right back. Okay, I've already attached one page, and I wanted to show you something first. So I want you to take your bone folder, and before you attach any pages, I want you to go through here and mash it in, okay? What you're doing is kind of working the pages, getting them ready, the hinges to move, okay? Otherwise, they are pretty darn stiff. So make sure you do that first before starting and adding your pages. For this one, I decided I want this one to be a pocket. And then also I just flipped the other portion on the inside, basically like this. So let me show you really quick. Hold on. Let me move this out of the way. So basically I took this, right? And, oh, so this one is a little bit different. I didn't realize that. Oops, my bad. Okay, so basically you want to go something like this, right? So how I did it is I put one in, one goes in and the other side was out, right? And then I went ahead and added the page. But let me see how I can do this. Let me see if I can do something different with this one. No. Oh no, it's the same. It's exactly the same. Okay, so I apologize. So how the first one was, it was like this, right? So basically what you want to do is put one on the outside and then leave that one on the inside, and then I went ahead and attached the page. That way I have a pocket, or you could use this as a little flap and then do a magnet right here and here. So it's kind of up to you how you want to do that, but you definitely want to make sure, or you could even have two pockets if that's what you desire, but I like to have some of the pages available for me to use. So you're just going to take your page right here, okay, your little hinge. I'm using a 1/4 inch tape because I don't want to go all the way down into the binding right here. I don't want it to touch. So this way my pages move easier and don't get caught on the binding, if that makes any sense. So I'm just going to do this on both sides, right? And I like to use a combination of tape. Only the tape is really just my guide. You know, we've talked about this in the past. I hate repeating myself, but because I live in a very humid area, which is by the ocean, everything lifts. It doesn't matter if I use the most expensive tape in the world or the cheapest, it will lift. Doesn't matter if it's brand or not, it's going to lift. Also, I use score tape. I never use red line tape or any of that kind of stuff. And if I did use that, I would definitely use a combination of the two. So, okay, so sorry, let me get this right. I want to be able to not have my pocket matching with this one, right? Because sometimes pockets will fight against each other. So try not to have a pocket on one end and then on the other in the same direction. If that makes any sense again. So I'm just going to add my glue. Okay, so I have my pocket side here. So that means I want my non-pocket side on this side. So here we go. We're going to have the pocket in the same direction as the other one. And I'm probably not even going to use this one as a pocket this time. And again, I'm just going to line it up to the edge of that tape line. And if I have any excess glue, just wipe that up real quick. No biggie. Okay. Just going to burnish that in. Wipe off any excess glue, please. Go on the other side, do the same thing really quickly because this glue will dry fast and you don't want to stick to your other page. Oops. I think I moved this one a little bit down, but that's okay. We'll be all right. And then I'm just going to open that little pocket edge and burnish it in. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. Okay. Let me get my smaller scissors out here. I can see a little bit of tape because I misaligned it a little bit. That's okay. Just going to trim that off. There we go. Okay. And then again, I'm going to remove any excess glue. If you really want to get deep in there, grab one of these clay tools and dig that extra glue out. Because I think I'm just going to have this one as a kind of cool little flap. I might have some like ticket tags here. That's what I'm thinking. But anyway, I'm going to put the rest of these on without the camera and then I'll be back, okay? Okay, I wanted to show you kind of how I set this up. So when you open it up, I'm not sure how I'm going to do this yet. I will decide that later. I don't know if I might add a pocket. I might do a waterfall. I'm not really sure because if this is going to be a pocket, I don't want anything to get caught. So if it is going to be something, it'll be like a high pocket. Who knows? But anyway, this one is either going to be a flap or a pocket. But for this one, I put both sides out. Okay. Actually, no, I'm sorry. This side is going to be a pocket. This side is going to be a flap, and see what happens when you let your glue seep and then it attaches here. So again, just be really careful. Good thing I can cover that up. And then for the next one, I basically folded this piece inside, and then actually this one I did both. I folded both on the inside, if that makes any sense. Then I have a flap. And then I have another pocket. I don't know if I'm going to do this as a flap or a pocket. I'm not sure yet. No, I might do both of these pockets and then this one a flap, right? Because remember we talked about it fighting with the pockets fighting with each other. And then we have a flat side and then we have another pocket and then another flat side. And then I'm going to do a waterfall for sure on this end. So anyway, let's go ahead and do our measurements to see how we're going to cover this. Okay, so I checked the measurements and I apologize for my horrible handwriting, but I will have this in the description box for you. So the cover is 6 1/4 by 10 1/4, and the spine is 1 3/4 by 10 1/4, and of course the back is the same as the cover. For the pages on the inside, they are 5 7/8 by 10 1/4. No, wait, hold on. 5 7/8 by 10 inches. The flaps are 3 inches by 10 inches. And on the inside spine, this is just in case you want to cover this, this is 1/4 inch. So then I decided to do the mathematics. This is if you want a 1/8 inch border, okay? And that's what I like. I really don't like to see the actual album. I want to take advantage of, you know, as much space as I can to put my decorative paper on. So that's what I like to do. So if you're doing an 1/8 inch shorter, you're going to come up with a 6 1/8 by 10 1/8 for the cover and the back side as well as the inside. Okay. You will want to remove this. Okay. So just remember how you put it in here. That way you can go ahead and punch your holes with your We Are Memory Keepers hole punch and be able to kind of do this. I wouldn't suggest removing these, but maybe we'll try to just figure out how we can make it where it'll fit over really nicely, okay? So that's what I'm going to attempt to do. And then for the spine, again, we said the cover is 6 1/8 by 10 1/8. And then your pattern paper, or whatever we're going to use, is going to be 1 5/8 by 10 1/8. And for your flaps, I came up with 2 7/8 by 9 7/8. And then for the inside of the spine, again, I said 1/8 by 1/8 inch. Sorry, by what did I just say? Oh, I didn't measure that. I believe it's 9 7/8. Yep, it's going to be the same, 9 7/8. So 1/8 by 9 7/8. Let me write that down before I forget. And then for the pages, I did say they were 5 7/8, so that would be 5 3/4 by 9 7/8, okay? So I will be sure to keep this with me and put that information for you inside the thing. I'm going to put this in a drawer so I don't lose it, because Lord knows I lose everything that is on my desk. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and cut some pages out. I am going to be adding a few extra things. Like I said, I'm going to do a waterfall. I might do a couple extra pages on these, not pages, but, well, really pages, but kind of stacked pages on the smaller side. So let me go ahead and get started and figure out what I'm going to use for my cover, and I'll be back. Okay, I did want to mention that for your pages that you want to do flaps, I want you to go ahead and attach your magnets now before you actually cover your paper. So definitely you want to do it somewhere. You want to do like a small one here and a small one here. You could do a large one in the center. That's up to you. For me, I don't need to do that because I have the clips from Monica's shop, and I think I'm going to use those. I thought they'd be really fun and kind of add that extra vintage vibe for this album. And so anyway, just wanted to let you know that, so we can go ahead and just start covering next, okay?